So let's build on multiplying our monomials, because now we're going to multiply polynomials together. So if we look at this first one, we're multiplying two binomials. So a binomial has two terms. That's something good to know. A binomial has two different terms to it. So I'm multiplying a binomial times a binomial here. And the way I'm really going to think about it is I'm going to pretend that this first binomial, this x plus 2, I'm going to pretend it's two monomials. So really what I'm going to think of is that I'm multiplying the x times the x plus 5. And then I'm going to multiply this positive 2 times the x plus 5 as well. So really I'm doing like a double distributive property. I'm distributing the x. Oh, let's see if I can do this. Check this out. I think I'm going to try to change it to red for a second. I'm going to multiply the x by those two. And then I'm going to multiply the 2 to those two. So it's kind of like a double distributive property going on there. So now when I do my distributing now, x times x is x squared. X times 5 is 5x. The next one, 2 times x is 2x. And 2 times 5 is 10. Oop, this is a positive 2x. Let's bring those signs along. Now, the last thing to do is to take a look at it and see if there's anything that can be combined together. So I look in the middle and I see that there's a 5x and a 2x. And 5 and 2 make 7, so I'll get x squared plus 7x plus 10. And I'm going to put that answer in what's called its standard form. So standard form occurs when the exponents go in a decreasing order. So I start with my x squared term first, then I have my single x by itself, and then my final term has no x's in it, no variables in it. So that's multiplying polynomials. And yeah, we can even do a 2 by a 3, a binomial times a trinomial. And I want to show you another way to approach this. Some students like to see this method as well. So what I'm really going to do is I'm going to draw a little box for a second. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this box have 2 separate rows in it and 3 separate columns. Because what I'm multiplying really is 2x and a minus 3 times x squared, a minus 8x, and a positive 4. And I'm going to think of each of these boxes as little rectangles whose area I want to find. So this first box here that I'm going to highlight in red really quick, this one right here, it has one side x squared and it has one side as 2x. So when I multiply x squared times 2x, when I find its area, I get 2x to the third. When I go to the second box, is one that's in blue here, what I get then is a negative 8x times a 2x, or a negative 16x squared. And yeah, 4 times 2x is a positive 8x. So notice I multiplied my 2x times the second polynomial. Now I'm going to multiply negative 3 by it, and those answers go in that box too. So I'll do negative 3 times x squared and get negative 3x squared. Negative 3 times negative 8x is a positive 24x. And then negative 3 times positive 4 is negative 12. So look at this big mess of numbers and variables. Holy cow. But check this out. Now I'm going to go to green because I like what I'm doing here on my iPad. So check this out. So my first term is 2x to the third. So my answer is 2x to the third there. Then look at these two terms here. They're like terms. So I'm going to combine a negative 16x squared and a negative 3x squared and get negative 19x squared. I'm then going to combine a positive 8x and a positive 24x and make a positive 32x. And then I'm going to take my last thing at the end, that negative 12. And there's my answer, and it's in standard form as well. So whether you decide to use the distributive method or the box method, it's kind of helpful to visually see how to multiply these polynomials together. Thanks for watching.